group, Up With People, so you should really download their music. And she was an entertainer at the Pacific Islands Club in Saipan. Before, very beautiful, God called her to be a high school teacher for 29 years. And during her teaching tenure, she developed a curriculum to address practical life skills, including subjects as, now it gets really cool. I would like to have had a teacher like that, actually. She taught goal setting, career considerations, money management, self-care, philanthropy, and gratitude, just to name a few. So to this rocking teacher, please give it up for Sandra Jung. Thank you.
It's really a privilege to be here today, or tonight, and meet all of you people, so thank you for being here. Many times you're cruising along through life, and then suddenly you get slammed, the breath knocked out of you, and you wonder what you're going to do next. Friday, March 13, 2020, a day that many of us will never forget. That was the day that COVID shut down the country and public education system as we knew it. Parents, children, and their teachers were sent home to stay, where we were learning and teaching remotely. The world will forever be changed because of COVID. At first, the administrators told the teachers that the students would not be back for 2 weeks, and that we would try to figure things out on Monday. That following Monday, we were told to create lesson plans for 2 weeks that would be delivered digitally, and that we would be back after that. Thank God we had given each student a Chromebook at the beginning of that school year because it made the transition to distance learning easier. I am not good at big changes, and that was the biggest in my life. Thankfully, I was used to doing some things digitally, but to teach everything online wasn't the same for me. If I could have retired that year, I would have, but that would not have been the best for me financially in the long run. I am grateful for our technology teacher who helped me with all of my questions and needs. I couldn't teach the same way because I knew I could see that my students were in their kitchens or living rooms trying to do school, but being interrupted by all the noise and distractions that were going on in the rest of the house. It was difficult to teach and learn for everyone. I could have given them handouts and easy work, but I knew that they wouldn't really learn if I did that. So I pushed them to read a couple of novels and write a few essays to prepare them for their next English teacher. The biggest success was Benjamin, who failed both semesters of my freshman English class. But he was determined to get an A in Ms. Jung's class his sophomore year. He didn't tell me that. It was his goal until the week before the semester ended. He had a B+ going into the final, and as I read his final, I determined he had done enough to pull off that A-. I was so proud that I pushed him to be better and that he had done such an outstanding job. Just as I was getting comfortable with distance learning and teaching, another big change happened in my life: cancer. I was diagnosed in June 2021. I was totally devastated and wondered, why me? Why did it have to be an aggressive type of uterine cancer? Wasn't I dealing with enough caring for our cute little mom and trying to be God's light to my students and my circle of influence? I felt it was such a waste of time and so inefficient of God. But obviously, He has the big picture, and cancer was one way that God slowed me way down. After the initial shock, I had to quickly switch gears to get my house in shape for company, since a good friend from college was coming to help me a couple days after surgery. Jenny offered to help me clean, which of course I thought I should be able to clean my own place, but my time management was out of whack. So thankfully she helped me to clean enough before Brian arrived. I was so overwhelmed by the kindness and generosity of many family and friends. It warmed my heart. Then came the nightmare of undergoing a hysterectomy, chemotherapy, radiation. Thankfully, I wasn't nauseated and the food didn't taste like metal. In 6 months, I tried to get everything done as quickly as possible because I had to get back to teaching, a career that God called me to. I loved sharing true life adventure stories and wanted my students to explore the world and all that life had to offer. After all the treatments, I went to what I thought was going to be a routine checkup, concluding with a clean bill of health. To my horror, my oncologist revealed that the cancer was back with a vengeance. My cancer marker number was at 900 when it should have been 35. My surgeon was successful with a relatively new immunotherapy, but of course I was concerned about the side effects and how I would react to the treatment. For a day I was suicidal. But thankfully I had a couple of friends who listened and let me talk things through. I was able to finish my last semester of 29 years of teaching, but I really didn't want to stop because I love sharing life with my students. However, my body said I couldn't exist with such exhaustion 10 months out of the year. That was not the quality of life I wanted. So very reluctantly, I had to give up something that I loved. There are many times that I'm mad or sad about how life sucks. And I learned that it's okay to feel that way for a while, but not to stay there for months and years like I used to. I remember all of the great blessings that God bestowed on me, such as a great support system and His love and peace. People tell me that I'm a warrior and resilient, but quitting never seemed like an option for me. All I could do was push forward and look for the good things in life. Since my passion is teaching, I considered what the most important things were to teach kids. I concluded that the one thing missing from my education was practical life skills. Sadly, it's not in anybody's job description, but I incorporated life skills such as goal setting, money management, gratitude, and exploring the world into my curriculum because I think they're important. My newest enterprise is teaching Life Skills 101, Level 6, to teens, young people, young adults, anyone striving to become their best selves so they can be better prepared for the real world. I am able to press on because I feel I have a purpose, and we all need to find and know our purpose when we're going through trials in life. When I'm feeling beaten down, I take a little joy break. That could mean snuggling with my kittens, going to the beach in my mind or in person because that's my happy place, or enjoying a little piece of chocolate. Sometimes I need to reach out to family or friends to hear a comforting voice. At other times, I might need to watch a comedy to lift my spirits. God patiently taught me to slow down and take care of myself. I thought I was taking care of myself, but apparently not enough. Uncle Marshall reminded me that every day is a gift from God, and that I can't assume anything about tomorrow. I really learned so much from the book, Praying Through Cancer, and the one lesson that stands out the most to me was instead of asking, why me, God wants me to ask, how can I bless others? I've always had the attitude that I want to learn from everything that I've been through, and that hopefully others can learn too. God patiently reminds me that I'm not in control, that it's okay to not be perfect, and that I can't do everything. Thank you.